Hey, it's Rick Bayak here, and I'm going to tell you why mindset is the key to lasting recovery. You ever wonder why some people in recovery thrive while other people's struggle? Well, it's not just about quitting, it's about shifting your mindset. Today I'm going to show you how mindset is the number one key to lasting recovery and how you can transform that into your life. Now, recovery is more than sobriety. Now, sobriety is kind of like stopping the behavior, but recovery is rewiring how you think. Okay? Without a mindset shift, old patterns resurface. But the real shift happens in your mind. So, what we want to do is understand the power of our thoughts. Best way I can explain it to you is your current results are a direct result. Your current results are from your past thinking. So if you keep thinking in the same way, you're going to get the same results. The thoughts control your emotions, and your emotions drive your actions. Actions create results. Okay? So the other thing we want to talk about is our paradigms. It's that hidden mental program that keeps us trapped in whatever it is. Now, the beauty of what we know, we know that addiction is part of our paradigm. Our paradigm is a multitude of habits and behaviors which control 95% of our behavior, and that's in our subconscious mind. Now, I have a video out there that could show you a little bit more about the mind and the parts of it and where that subconscious mind and what it really is about. But for today, we're going to just talk about understanding that paradigm, that multitude of habits is in our subconscious mind. So that is where our addiction lives. Now, that addiction is that voice that pulls you back, that voice that tells you it's okay to use, that voice that says, what's one more? Or the voice that says, no one's going to know. But the bottom line is that's the voice that keeps pulling us back, that same habits and behaviors that have created our struggle and our place where we're at now to be stuck and not feeling free. So understanding that our mind and how we think plays every part in what we're doing. So that understand that mindset changes everything. So when you begin to think clearly about what you want and not what you don't want, you start to bring into reality the things that you want. So the thing I want to talk about also today is that thought process of being intentional about how we think and what we think. And one of the things I want you to understand is that we must start to create the vision of the person that we want to be. We want to create the vision in our mind of the person who's free, the person who's not thinking about using all the time, the person that thinks about success, the person that tells us we are good enough. That's what we want to start thinking about. So we want to use our mind to start to think from who we want to become. Now, I've talked about in previous videos a very simple concept to say, what do you want? What do you really want? And that's a question you want to ask yourself every day. And keep asking it till something comes up. Because I promise you, as you keep asking it, the version of your future self that we're looking to come from will start to talk to you. And that comes through one of our 6 higher faculties that are God-given abilities inside us that most people don't use. And when we talk about goals and we talk about goal achieving and goal setting, we come from one of those, which is our intuition. We want to come from thinking about So one of those goals we want to come from when we talk about goal setting and goal achieving is our imagination. When I ask you, what do you want and what do you really want? We want to start to think and picture in our mind, in our imagination, what it is we want. What does that look like? What does that feel like? And that's part of how we develop coming from that future self, because your future self knows what you want because it already has it. So when you come from that, you start to come from the vibration and the feeling of that person. Again, another video I go into vibration and energy, which will explain a lot of that. But understand, you got to start seeing yourself from that person you want to become, the fully recovered person, the person that's living in freedom, the person that's not controlled by that little voice in our head, which we call our paradigm. So the other part of that converse side of that recovery or that paradigm or that addiction thought and feeling and voice is our intuition. Now, our intuition is a very separate voice from the voice of our addiction and the paradigm that's pulling us back to that same old behavior, which creates the same old result. And that intuition always is the voice that tells you and guides you to what you want. So starting to get in tune with and listening to that voice, it will never steer you wrong. It actually is connected to everything that you want. And here's how you can decide or hear or feel the difference of it. When you make a decision, when you talk about your goals, when you talk about the things that you truly want, and the first thing that you think about and the first thing you decide that you want to do and get into action is your voice of intuition. It's that voice that's telling you where to go. It's telling you what to do. It's putting the people, places, and circumstances in your direction and in your life to guide you to the next step, to get to the things that you want to. But here's the rub. It's about the first 15 to 30 seconds. That intuitive voice is the one that you hear. And if you don't act and you don't make a decision from that, immediately the second voice that's going to come in is the lack, fear, and doubt of that paradigm, which is our recovery mindset, and that voice in our head and that addictive mindset that just pulls you back into that. So you want to start understanding to align your thoughts and your feelings and your actions into one big motion. Okay? So what I want you to do today is to commit to mastering your thinking. And this is a lifelong process. It's not about doing it for a day. I've got a couple of free resources. One of them is a millionaire daily routine. It will start to get you to change the way you're doing things, to commit to doing things differently, to commit to being aware of your conscious thoughts, which is what we start to make decisions from, which take us in the direction of the things we want. Reprogram your mind daily through visualization, affirmations, and the new habits. If this resonated with you, drop a comment below. What's the one mindset recovery thing that you want to work on today? If you want to go deeper, grab my free guide, the Reclaim Your Life 3 Mindset Shifts for Success and Recovery. The link is in my description. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Every week I'll be dropping a new, powerful, insightful thing to help you strengthen your mindset and transform your recovery. Have the best day yet.